We had a lane closure set up. We were doing work on a bridge deck. There was a tour bus that was traveling into the work zone, and from what I understand, the bus was traveling at a high rate of speed. When the bus had reached the area where the work was going on, there were vehicles in front of that bus that the bus slammed into the back of, because the bus was going much quicker than the vehicles in front of him. And from what I understand, the bus had ricocheted off of the vehicles in front of him and into our work zone, striking the three workers.
Pretty much the only thing that saved my life was the screeching tires, because if I didn't hear that, by the time the bus hit the tractor trailer, I would have looked up, and by that time he would have already been in the work zone and struck the truck, and I would have been right in front of it. Finally, I heard everything stop screeching and metal crunching and everything else, and I walked up over the hill, and that's when I seen all the carnage, and that wasn't a good sight. You try to forget it, but even you could be having dinner or talking with your friends or whatever, and you still have the flashbacks. They still come up. I mean, you can't really do anything about it. You can talk to counselors about it and stuff, but it's still there, and it'll probably always be there.
And Wayne was very, very humorous. He made everybody laugh. I watched him grow from a little guy, sprouted right up. He got into the business of working construction pretty much the same way I did, you know, following Dad's footsteps. I have a picture of Wayne in my truck, and I look at him all the time. Every morning I tell him I love him. And I know he's listening. And I know he wants me to take care of his boys, too. That's what love is right there, you know, when you love your brother that much. Usually we're out there working together, Wayne and I, side by side. Side by side. I wasn't there on the site when that happened. I was just down the highway, probably about 5 miles, and I heard the ambulance. And I said, something bad happened. You know, and I had a funny feeling that day, too. I really did.
When I was at work, I heard it come over the radio that an accident happened on that exit. I knew it was his exit that he was on, and then I got a phone call, and I got the phone call to confirm it, confirming that he was hurt, to go to the hospital. The morning of the accident, he went off to work, and I remember him giving me a kiss on my cheek goodbye, and going out the door, and with a smile on his face, and that's the last I saw him. The only way they identified my husband was the tattoo he had on his heart had my name on it, and they just came out and asked who was Rebecca. Horrible for me and the boys that we had to go through all that. The day after the funeral, my son wanted to go back to playing baseball. That's what he loved to do. Towards the last couple innings, I realized he was shooting a no-hitter, and he must have just been thinking about my husband. He's watching over him because he's taking his deep breath, and he threw every pitch in there perfect and got his no-hitter. It was exciting. It was like a World Series. That's what it felt like to me, when watching the Yankees. I was looking around, and I could see it in people's faces, you know, that he was on his game. Because we knew what it was for. That one was for his dad. And I'm sure his dad was watching. And people don't realize how dangerous it is out there, the motorist. They don't realize. Tough place to work. Being brushed by cars within inches of your elbows, hitting, you know, cars going 65 miles an hour. When you're driving a car out there, it's just like a weapon. It only takes one time to go through there fast to kill someone. That's all it takes. And then it's too late. We're all vulnerable out there. When you see those signs, please, slow down. And we'll all feel better if you do. We'll all be able to go home to our families. Unfortunately, my brother won't.
Just give us that little bit of time, 60 seconds, to slow down in a work area. Please.